Right, let's take a look at how to create a poster in PowerPoint. I mean, normally I would recommend you using Microsoft Publisher, but because you have to submit it in a PowerPoint, so let's just take a look at it. So you open your PowerPoint and you choose a blank presentation page. And now we're just going to have to get rid of these boxes, these word boxes. You just click on them, and when it's highlighted, you just press delete. So now we have the background to the poster. You can leave it white if you want to. Personally, I prefer to change the background. So you right click on the PowerPoint and then you choose format background. This slide bar is going to appear. I mean, solid fill, that's good, but we don't want white. We want something else. I recommend something light. You can be gray. I think I prefer green. Okay. And I would not recommend something very bright like red. It makes you go, ooh, or the biggest no-no would be yellow. That's not something that you want. So again, this is what I like. You do whatever you do like. So now, yes, another thing that I wanted to show you, that it's easier to actually design your poster if you put in grid lines. So you click on a view and you need grid lines and also guides. So these are your guides in the middle. So the whole poster is divided into 4 equal parts, okay? And you also have the grid lines that helps you to design the PowerPoint presentation. But don't worry, when it's when your presentation is in slideshow mode, that the lines don't show, or also once you have finished, for example, designing your poster, you can just unclick the boxes and then uncheck the boxes, and then they will disappear. It just helps you to position the different shapes that you are going to insert. Okay, so now let's take a look at what is that you have to do. So hopefully before you start working on a PowerPoint, you have sort of designed on a piece of paper what is that you are going to include in your poster. So let's say that in this time, your poster is going to have 2 sides, you know, one for part 1 and the other one for part 2, and they have to be similar. For example, you're going to have to talk, if you're going to have to talk about, let's say, young learner assessment, 2 approaches, then approach 1, approach 2. Okay, so I click on insert and shapes. You can choose any kind of shapes. These are going to be your text boxes, if you will. Point is that it doesn't matter if it's a rectangle or it could be a rounded rectangle. I'm going to choose this. But once you have chosen one, you're going to have to stick to the same shape, I think, because, I mean, let me just show you. If you insert 2 different shapes, they are just kind of confusing. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you choose. All right, so I know that I'm going to have, for example, let's say 4. Okay, let's say 4 boxes. Okay, and you see that these grid lines and also the and also these lines actually help me to position my box and decide on the size of it. If you want to move it, you can move it with the mouse. You just right click on it and you can move it around. But another way to move this around is basically you can use the arrows. Okay, you can use the arrows up and down and left and right, of course. And if you press on Control, you keep the control down, then it allows you fine movements. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so if you can see 3 points, I use just 1, 2, 3, 4 points from the last grid. This is where I'm going to position my boxes. Okay, so but I don't like it that the background is blue, so I'm going to change that. So you highlight it by a left click, and then you can choose whatever color. Let's say I'm going to have white. Okay, and so this is what it will look like. I don't like the size of the lines, so you can make the lines a bit stronger. So for that you have to click on line and width, and I'm just going to, oops, no, that's too much. I'm just going to make it 2. So this is what it will look like. Okay, but I know that I need 4 for this, for example, in this column. So I'll just click on it and then Control, you keep the Control press down and Control C and then Control V and then Control V and Control V again. So I have the same box 4 times, and as you left click on them, you can move them around. And I don't know if you can see, but when they are in the same position, then red lines appear between the 2 shapes. So I'm just going to let this one go here. Okay, so the 3 are in the same position and this one is in the same position, and now I can decide, you know, for example, that all right, but this one needs to be bigger a little bit. I want this to be a little bit bigger, and I want also this to be a little bit bigger, maybe this one too. And if you are moving this upwards, then you will see that the 2 arrows that appear that show that they are approximately they are the same distance from each other. And I know that, okay, I want to make this a little bit bigger too. All right, so I have finished designing one side. So what you need to do now is to come here with the cursor. You just press the left click, you highlight everything, and then again Control C, Control V, and you just bring everything to the other side. Again, left click, you can move the whole thing. They are at the same height. You let it go, and then you can see that, oops, this one is on the 4th point, but this one is between the 3rd and the 4th. So what you need to do is, again, press and keep down Control, and with the left arrow you can just bring it closer to the middle, and now they are the same distance from each other, and now you have the 4 columns. I'm sorry, the 4 text box says that you need for one presentation and 4 that you need for the other side of the presentation. And and the last thing that I wanted to do, no, this is not the last thing, I'm sorry. My bad, it's definitely not the last thing I wanted to show you. So how to write in these. Okay, because if you click on one and you start typing, then you will see that you can't actually see anything. So what I would like you to do is to double click on them. So you highlight what you have typed in, then you click on Home, and then you choose in color. Okay, But this is still not good enough because it's right in the middle, and this is not how you want your text to be organized. So basically what you need to do, again, you have to highlight the text, and then on the right hand side you click on text options. Then you click on text box. And the vertical alignment, it's a drop-down menu, and you want to choose top. Very nice, but there is something else we need to do because the font size is too big. You can adjust that here. Okay, let's say I just want 14. Hello everyone. Now if you press an enter, that's still a line in the middle, but this is what you can adjust here, a line left, and now you can write whatever you want to write here. You can even put them into bullet points if you want to use bullet points, right? Or whatever tickles your fancy. I don't mind how you organize your writings. Okay, so this is how you can actually type in different texts. And the last bit is how to attach an audio file. So what you need to do is basically you have to have your text recorded and saved on your computer, and then you just have to click on Insert, Audio on my PC, and you just choose one. For example, yeah, I want to choose this, and Insert, and this will be inserted here. But don't worry, I mean, this only appears when you are playing sound. So if you click here, it disappears. This is what your presentation is going to look like. But if you hover over this speaker, you do left click, you press down the left key, then you can actually keep it wherever you want to keep it. And then your teacher is just going to take a look at your poster, and they can listen to the audio that you are playing to them. Okay, so basically that was it. This is just the technical help how to create your poster in PowerPoint. And on the delivery, well, I'm not going to make a video on the delivery. We are going to discuss that in class. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.